right, Mr. Martinez, we've
Yeah,
been
it's
best
been,
friends
listen,
for a while.
with this guy, right? It's been, and all jokes aside, and all due respect, this guy has known me for probably the past 10 years. And when he sees me every time and he shakes my motherfucking hand, it's like he never met me. It's like I'm a complete goddamn stranger. When we knew each other for 10 years, he's always like, Mr. Martinez? No.
But we are here.
Well, the floor is here. I'm
just
just cracking a joke. We're trying to sit here and just kind of put a little bit of rhythm, like, serious talk, have laughs, whatever, some cries, emotional shit, whatever we have to do, and then we just go on and do what we have to do. So, Usman, take the floor.
So, buddy talk is basically, how do you feel about the current, political trends that are going on nowadays? In your opinion?
Oh, you mean with the fucking shit that happened with Donald Trump?
Yeah, like in
that,
general.
People that just like went right through the fucking Capitol and it's like, fuck you. I did this shit. And it's fucked up how propaganda in the world, like, it takes so much where people sit there and like, so if there's so much propaganda on something, boom, like you just get like sucked right into that shit. Like you start to believe what you see and how they say it and shit. It's crazy. Like, you take a president that represents a goddamn state, okay? And you just, with the flick of your finger, you have the power to say something on a speech, and then all these motherfuckers, they just start to gravitate towards what he says. In a joking manner, he's like, we're going to march up there and go up there, and he did what he did. So it doesn't matter, people in this world, doesn't matter what position you are, if you're up there, you're down there, we're all equal, dude. All at the end of the day.
So,
like, we have our secrets, we have our, shit that we don't, mysterious shit that we don't really tell about, and sometimes it's time to just go on and do it.
So, you were recently in jail. Tell me more about that. How did that come about? How did you deal with it?
Long story short, man, fucking, I'm sitting there New Year's Eve, 2011, right? And, New Year's Eve, 2011 to 2012, and bro, I don't know what I did, man. I had a party at my house, right?
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, at the time I was selling a lot of weed, bro. It was like a pound every other day. I was spending like $3,800, bro, reading up. This is like 12, 15 years ago when all that good shit from California, but now it's like cheap shit. So anyways, so I had that in the trunk, I went to a party from my house, drunk on vodka. Went to a friend's house, fucking got smashed, dude. I'm sitting there, 35 and 0, beer pong, pop, pop, pop. Next thing you know it, I was pissed because my girlfriend, Patty, she's, the meteorologist on Channel 12 News? I dated her sister, Michelle Power's sister. Legitly. Like, I dated that chick. Fucking dude. So I was pissed. No, listen. The reason I'm saying this is because we were together, so, like, I'm drunk already, and what do I decide to do? It's past New Year's Day, right? It's 1 o'clock in the fucking morning, and then all of a sudden, I sit there and I'm like driving to town, going past her house, like honking the horn, fucking blowing up music to the top, like fucking rockets going off and shit, and the next thing you know it, I get back on the parkway, turn it back around, it's a red light, I got the music blasted, Rick Ross, BMF, dude, and I see the cop right there, I'm making the left, and the lights just turn on, and I'm like, yo, fuck, dude, I'm at a stop sign. I could reverse the car, I could go in a U-turn, and this guy's just sitting there, like, right when that fucking light turned green, I knew I had to make a decision, so I make the left. Lights go on. I'm like, fuck. So I'm drunk. I'm a drug dealer. I got a scale in the trunk.
So what was the first thought that came to mind?
It was like it was like flight. Like, I'm out. Like, I'm gone, dude. Because in the back of my mind, I was thinking like, shit, man. Like, dude, thinking the paranoia you live with when you're a drug dealer, that you're always paranoid. So if you're going inside something where it's gonna like, mood, alter your mood with a substance like, say, alcohol, and you have a bad thought in that process, that bad thought's gonna escalate. And those ideas are going to take your body over, and then you're going to go to action, like, faster, right? So I just thought...
What would you think?
I was paranoid, so I just jet, dude. I jet, bro. Next thing you know, I'm on the boulevard, right? Kenilworth, 1, 2, 3, fucking SWAT team. I turn around, like, I go over the fucking grass. I tried to get back on the fucking parkway. I missed it, and then I went into Cranford, Merck, dude. And I just fucking drove the car. I just went inside of the cross. It was like cops coming in. I just like tried to kill myself. Drove through the security booth, and they hit a curb.
Oh, wow.
Airbag went off. And my head went bam, right on the steering wheel, dude. This guy just comes out of nowhere. There's like fucking SWAT teams like this with rifles and shit like that. And next thing you know, they just ripped me out of the car, bro. And like they just started, look, dude, fucking elbow on my head, like smashing me down like 10, 15 times on a boom, right on the ground, 15 times. From there, they picked my ass up, put me in the back of the car, my own car, on the trunk, slamming my head like 50 fucking times. Why? Because I hit the fucking cop car, so the guy that was driving, he gets insurance paid up the gazoots. So he sues my insurance. So he goes to the hospital. Meanwhile, I'm busted up with a lip. They didn't give a shit. They went to the cop first. He gets preference, right? Because he knows somebody. He has credentials and documents to, back up his position in life. So he looks better than me, right? Yeah. So one little small thing he does, boom. So lawsuit, they put me for looting, aggravated assault on a police officer with a motor vessel. Dude, it was like so much bullshit, like trespassing, fucking this, that, dude, like you have no idea. Then they found the weed. I only had an ounce that night with like fucking a cup, and then I had $685 in 5s and 10s, and they robbed it. So then I got hit with that too. It was like distribution and possession, but dude, I went for my lawyer. Like I was in the lockup cell, and my bail was like fucking $25,000. I think 5%. I don't know what it is, like 10, 5,000, whatever. And I got out after like 2 days, bro. I was in the holding cell, and fucking, dude, I went to court, right? And dude, postpone, bro. They wanted me to go in for the 364. So I said, nah. Fought it, dude. I got off because I knew my dad knew the judge, right? I had to go to Superior Court twice. He let me go. He says restitution with 5 years of probation. In other words, so then I had it flipped. The lawyer reversed it. In other words, restitution is you do your time, you do what you have to do, like you're free for whatever it is, like a whole year, and then boom, you do your restitution of 3 flat. They wanted me to do. So like I did my time, right? Obviously free, and then I had to go back to court to fight that thing. So then he said, you know what, his urine's clean. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And then he shut it down. I was supposed to go back to jail. Then when I had my second VOP, my sister rats me out. I said, whatever, that's another story to get into. But the last like done deal was I got my second violation of probation because I lied to my IOP officer. So I had to go to Supreme Court twice, bro. I saw Judge Nieves in New Brunswick, bro, like because they have to do it concurrent. Like where the original arrest was, which is in Union County, you have to go to Superior Court there. And then back to Middlesex, so it's double. I'm like, shit. So I go to Middlesex, right? And I take a fucking urine, bro. And it's a fucking, not the ones that go to the lab, those like instant ones that they put the stick in, the dick, right in there, the dick, right? So I take it, and then, all 2 lines means it's negative. Everything's good. So
I know what you mean.
All of a sudden, I see on the benzo, I see a faint line. Now, technically speaking, facts are, even though if it's still 2 lines and one on the bottom is faded, it's still passing. Am I right? Yes, it's passing. Yeah. It's passing. So he makes a big deal out of it. So somehow, I don't know what he overheard me say some shit, or maybe about Xanax, saying that lies about it, says I took a 2 milligram Xanax before I went to court. I said, what the fuck you talking about, bro? I said, you test that shit. I said, I want that shit tested. They threw it out and postponed the date. I got away with it. Wow. Dude, I got up there, and but when I went up for an hour, and I spoke to the judge myself, without my lawyer. Like I went in and got emotional and cried, dude, because he was gonna put me in. Yeah.
I remember that.
So now when I went to Union 2 weeks later, right? I know it's a little long story, but I'm getting to there's a lot of shit that goes on. Yeah. 2 weeks later, I go to Union Superior Court, and I see Judge John Deitch, dude, fucking new guy from fucking Chris Christie's pieces of shit, fucking, fat piece of motherfucking shit. I'm sorry, I got out of line, but he goes and hires this like fucking conservative young dude that's a lawyer in Spotswood, whatever, makes his money. So now he's in there. I'm like, fuck, we got a new judge, bro. Like, we're done. He didn't want to hear it. He's like, 180, you're doing 180. I'm like, fuck. So then, like, I kind of convinced my lawyer, saying it was considered a double. There's a law where if 2 superior judges convict you on the same charges, right, they can't do that. So I had this thing where I fought it. So he only gave me an appeal like a week later. And then 3 superior judges have to, look over the paperwork. And the next week on a Thursday night, the day before Friday morning when I was supposed to go in, fucking, bro, sit there, they denied me. They denied me. You picked me up that couple nights before that day. And I said with Bilal, he was a fucking disaster, bro. Yeah. This motherfucker, Bilal? Yeah, he was all over the place. Yeah, John knows Bilal. Just saying so, but yeah, dude, like, he was drunk, and I'm like, it's my last day, I took fucking drinks, smoked weed, took a Suboxone, 3 Suboxones, right? So then
things happen.
Yeah, 6 a.m. I get up and I just turn myself in, bro. So I'm locked up. So I'm on 23-hour lockdown for like 5 days. Like nobody else was in my cell, just me. So it was like, solitary confinement. So like, what the fuck's going on? I'm on lower B. Where am I going? And they decided to send me to Delaney Hall. I'm like, all right, sweet. So Delaney Hall's kind of like a big hallway, and you're all in dormitories. There's no locks though. There's like 8 people, 12 people in each dorm. Right? There's like lockup time, whatever. So I start slinging shit, like the reason people get beat up in there is because the canteen is always a business, right?
Oh yeah.
So like, say you're in jail, I come to you and I go, yo, I
Good
need
food,
like, I need like 10 ramens. They're gonna be like, yo, 2 for 1. So I gotta give you 10, another 10 back, right? Now when his canteen comes in the next week, guess what happens? You don't see the fucking 10 bowl. You don't see it. You get pissed and you want to fight the guy because you live with the guy.
Oh shit.
So that's why fights happen, because it's all business in there. They try to make money. They try to do this. They try to do that. It is what it is. But then I started,
Did
people
you get into any fights?
Yeah, I got in a couple fights. Oh. Yeah, cause I call this guy's girlfriend a fucking dyke, and then he punched me in the face in the bathroom.
What was the craziest shit you've seen in the prison?
When I went to solitary confinement, I got busted.
Shit you've seen?
Yeah, I was selling dope inside the fucking Delaney Hall for like 35 pieces a bag, and I beat the shit out of this kid because he didn't buy me the money. So we locked the doors. The 2 black guys on the dormitory.
Can you imagine you fighting?
No, I just snapped.
You're a nice guy.
No, he got on the phone. Remember, you're living with these people. Like, they're savages, bro. Like, it's your space. Respect. Like, you have to make sure whatever's in your space, you don't go out of line or out of bounds, like in someone else's space. That's when shit gets fucked up.
Yeah.
And that happens a lot too. Some people say, they have their moments where they're not depressed or whatever, and they say some shit, and people get into fights. You lock people up like that. But anyways, I get busted. Dude, they send me down. They lock me up, send me back to Union County, shackled my fucking legs, my wrist behind this, that, and all that. So I'm in a transport van, and I see Zach. Remember Zach?
Maybe.
From Union? He's a fucking transport correctional officer. He knew I was in jail. And the other guy, what the hell was his name? From Keysby, those parties. What's his name?
Oh,
he was a correctional officer. He did my shakedown. And I used to know these people.
Aaron Molina?
Aaron Molina.
Yeah.
I was in solitary confinement for 8 days straight, bro.
No.
How the fuck did I do it? I have no idea, bro. That was an experience.
How was it?
Yo, it was the worst experience of my life, but I learned, like, you take everything away from you. Like, bro, you take, like, all this shit with us. Like, you're not going to see a fucking U-Haul truck, driving behind a fucking hearse, right? Because, the Egyptians tried it and they got robbed. So anyways, all the shit that you possess, you're not going to take it with you. Like, at the end of the day. So, like, with that aspect being said, when you're in 4 walls, a true person when everything's taken away from them, bro. Like, everything, like your possessions, like you're a different character. Your whole routine just changes, bro.
Any conjugal visits? Any?
Yeah, like my parents.
Did they let you do what you had to do in the?
Well, yeah, you're locked down, bro. When you're in solitary confinement for 8 days, you're not leaving that cell. You're getting food in a tray like this. They're treating you like fucking pedophiles on the street, murderers, and they put them in fucking solitary confinement over some bullshit, bro.
A big question a lot of people might have is, were there homosexuals in the prison where you were?
No, believe it or not.
If so,
there was no.
How did you deal with them?
There was none of that. I was one of the lucky ones, I didn't even have a roommate when I was in jail, so it was even worse. Because you're locked up in there 23 hours, right? And 1 to get out to use the phone and watch TV. And I'm like, what the fuck? When the first 5 days and you go upstairs, a different story. So I did my 8 days.
What was your daily routine like?
It changed. I was there for 4 or 5 months, and then I got off a state parole. So I did instead of a 180, the judge, he dropped it to 123, and I got out in 90 days. That's not bad. No. So from January to April.
It's good.
On my mother's birthday, April 26th, I got out. I went in on January 21st. This is 2018. No, 2018 to 19.
Oh, that was
yeah,
a year or 2 years.
Or maybe 17. I'm sorry. Yeah, 17 to 18. It was bad, bro. Like the whole.
I miss those days. Though.
Yeah. Living like that with a bunch of beasts, bro. It ain't worth it, man. Like being locked down and you're like. You can't choose the people you're with or who you could sleep with. You're in that room and nothing is locked in those doors. I'd rather be in the Union County Jail. I was by myself. I started reading books. I've never read books in my life. I had nothing else to do. I just had me, these 4 walls, right? A steel fucking toilet that doesn't even flush right, and 2 cots. What are you going to do? And you have to figure out how you're going to utilize your mind to kind of transparent yourself out of that situation. And you have to change your whole lifestyle on your mentality on how to literally just live. Like, but you're not living, you're living by day just to get out. But you're like, you lose track of time in there. Like, you won't even know what day it is, bro. It's a bad.
Any experience with gang members, different ethnicities in prison?
Yeah, there's
seen
like
any
Crips
I don't know, any brown people in prison as well? Maybe in this area, Indians.
I was in Union County.
All right.
That's in Elizabeth.
Okay. I don't know, gang members, Indian people.
No, it was more like Spanish.
Okay.
Spanish and black. Most people from Plainfield were locked up in there as Union. But yeah, no.
All the different gang members. Did
yeah,
they
like
talk to
blood,
you?
Yeah, Bloods,
okay.
Crips, Latin Kings,
Okay.
all this crazy shit. Yeah, they were chill with me.
Okay.
Like, dude, you get the best coffee in there, bro. Like,
were you ever enticed to join, or
no. I just did my own thing. Like,
what made you want to do your own thing?
I was never asked. It was all about business in there. I was more of a business aspect kind of guy. Like, they knew who I was. I make moves. Like, every day I was making moves. Like, you know, can I sell this to make a come up? Can I sell a piece for that? Somebody's washing somebody's sneakers for like 5 pieces a day. Like, there's other shit in there. Like, you know, the plug in jail, you get whatever the fuck you want, bro. You like when you go out in the street, you got to look for it. You're in jail, it's right there. You just have to know somebody to get what you want. Know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody else. And then once you get that respect and that like trust, then, you know, like him, bam, pop, boom, you go to the other guy. Then all of a sudden, okay, let me meet him. Boom. And then the next thing you know, they show you what they got. If they trust you. But you always have to pay them back. That's how you get fucked up in there.
How did you, I don't know. Can you say that there's any your mental health awareness that goes on? How did you maintain your mental health, or did you?
I'm gonna lie, dude. I was getting high in Delaney Hall, dude. I was taking heroin, smoking weed, doing K2.
So that was the way you coped with.
I don't know how I did it. I was doing heroin in fucking jail, dude. It was bad, and I was selling it. I got caught.
Do you still maintain contact with certain people you met?
No, I lost all. When they ripped the cell out when I was in Delaney Hall, and they took all my possessions, threw it in the garbage. I still had 5 bundles on me, like a brick. They found another brick underneath the fucking mat, and I had 8 ounces. Where you make money is tobacco. I had like a fucking thing like tobacco. That's contraband, bro. Like when they searched that shit, and I was supposed to go back after solitary, they were like, "Yo, this guy ain't coming back." They brought me up to 11A tier. It was a lot better. It's like the higher ups in jail. Like, you get out. It's not bad, bro. Like, you're locked down for like one day, 8 hours straight. Then the next day, the people under you, they rotate. So then they kind of like just sit there, and then they're locked up. So then you do business with them. Like, you throw a honey bun underneath the fucking cell door, and then like whatever you need, you know, like it's all like they make a business out of it. They, you know, and there's people that are in jail. They make more money in jail than they are on the street.
Yeah, I heard that.
Because they're so confined with this institutionalized kind of personality where it's like, yo, that's all I know. So when they come back and they go, it's like, yo, what's up, CO? Like, they're like all friends. Like, because the guy or woman, whoever it is multiple times sitting there and just going back to jail. So people start to recognize you. They're not just going to sit there and be like, I don't know, like they're going to...
Peculiar question for you. Yeah. Were there any female CEOs that you found attractive?
Fernandez in Union County. She's a fat-ass Puerto Rican bitch. She was like, she got mad at me. She would always pick on me. She's like, yo, this is crazy. I shit you not. Right. So like, my boy AZ, right? He's still in prison for like 15. He knows Denzel Washington. Like, I seen his Facebook. Like, he's in these guys. I looked him up when I got out. My roommate was caught with $500,000 of cash of Molly and Coke and heroin, and he was just like a quiet dude. But like, I knew he was about his shit. I'm like, damn, this dude Stone Martin Davis. You look him up, it comes up Plainfield. I'm like, yo, these are some serious fucking gangbangers. Like, that's some serious shit. 300,000, and then the other guy had $500,000 of like machine guns, ammunition, Molly, and Scotch Plains. So, anyways, where am I going with this? The story. I just lost my train of thought.
You were talking about 2 gang members, and I'm sorry, I'm a little tired, but
no. What exactly? I know you something sparked and fueled my brain.
No.
I just kind of lost track.
Okay, so do you maintain contact with that attractive Puerto Rican CEO?
Oh no, she was just.
Did you flirt with her?
Yeah,
did you get anywhere?
Nah. She walked in my cell and like danced her ass a couple times, but
Oh, really?
no, she didn't touch me or nothing.
Okay.
Like because fucking Malik Az, that's where I was getting. I got lost my. He goes and tells her, "Yo, Vic, my boy, he wants to fuck you." Oh my god. So now like she's picking on me because she knows who I am.
Okay.
Every time I'm on lockout, yo, lock down, Martine. I'm like, yo, whatever, fuck you. Like I didn't say that. So I would smile. Listen, right? So she goes like this. So we're walking by, and I don't know if you know how it is in Union County. You have like this small little like window where when you take a shit, you take like brown paper and you tape it to the window, right? So like I used toothpaste that day. So it was like kind of all dried up on the fucking window and shit. So Fernanda, she comes by, right? And she's like, oh, Vic, she's like, Martinez. She's like, take that down. I want to see even when you shit. I'm like, what the fuck?
What the hell?
Dude, I was like, I never heard that in my entire
life.
On a
fetish, maybe? Or?
I don't know. I'm like, yo, this bitch is crazy, dude. I'm sitting in jail like 6 days, and this girl's like, I'm thinking like, this bitch, she's crazy. She's crazy. Into some crazy shit. I can't take it. Hold on, I can't take this. Okay. That's fine. You went back to the situation you were telling me. I know we took a little break, intermission.
Yeah, a little intermission.
Sometimes it's hard to tell a story because you do sometimes, it's emotional on the inside, not the outside. I cried in jail before. I have emotions. I could sit there and say that I'm a guy and I've cried. I've seen every kind of emotion there is, and I'm not one to sit back and not tell who I am as a person. That's where I don't give a fuck attitude as I got older. It's like I'm sitting there and I'm like, yo, like, it's me. Everybody else, fuck them. They're doing their own. If it has nothing to do with me, it's not my business. Yeah. So, like, that's how I live life. That's how you could wrap the story up and say, thank God that I'm standing on this ground right here, and I could just be thankful for the things that I have that I could use rather than the things that I want. Oh, you know what I mean? And, like, that's how I live my life every day. Like, whatever happens, happens. You have to fail. You can't be afraid to fail. You're going to just keep trying. Try. Eventually something's going to break. And then you're going to become a success. That's what I believe in. That's what I aspire. That's what I truly morally live by.
Any things you could tell for the fans, any of our subscribers,
subscribe to this channel because I've been through some real shit. I'm 32 years old, and I've been through that's just one story of my life that really got to me. There's other stories I could tell. But right now, this is the first, little season thing that we're doing in the clip. And subscribe, please. You'll hear more. You can learn something. That was good.
That's a wrap, guys.